Today's a great day, not because I just spent 3 hours trying to get the Shinron glider in Fortnite, but because the AI rapper Meka, which I talked about a couple days ago, he got signed to a record label and he got dropped now. Yeah, in the time span of basically a week, he's already been dropped from his record label. Since the posting of that video, I've come across so much more information and wow, this shit is fucking crazy. So originally, I just looked at all this shit on the surface. I didn't even bother to go too deep into this because I didn't think it was that crazy or serious. And this is one of the few times where I wish I would have looked so much deeper because this is the most interesting shit ever. So first, let's start with this. So yesterday, Rolling Stones posted an article that spoke on Capitol Records dropping his first virtual rapper after just over a week. And that originally came news to me because I was like, oh shit, well, I knew he was dog shit, but I wasn't really sure what would cause him to be dropped so quickly. And so Capitol Music said, CMG has severed ties with the Meka project, effective immediately. We offer our deepest apology to the Black community for our insensitivity in signing this project without asking enough questions about equity and the creative process behind it. We thank those who have reached out to us with constructive feedback in the past couple of days. Your input was invaluable as we come to the decision to end our association with the project. So in my previous video, I had a feeling that this wasn't going to go nowhere, that he wasn't going to pop off or blow up as his numbers suggested, but that only reaffirms my idea that corporations only look at the follower count and that's it. They base their decision on how many followers do they have. They must be popping off. Clearly, you know, they're doing something right. Reality, no, they weren't. Corporations see a big number and then they don't ask any more questions. They're like, shit, they got high followers. Clearly, they're doing something right. Why should we investigate this even more? It's such a weird mindset to me. Wouldn't you want to investigate the people and how they built their following? See if it's organic. See if this shit's real. One clear look throughout all his different pages across the internet would easily tell you that this shit is not real. It's not organic. This shit clearly looks botted, and that this artist wouldn't even be a good idea to sign to the record label to begin with. So here's where things got interesting, was the actual creators behind Meka and where the whole racist origins came from this character and how the backlash even started. So to bring you up to speed, in the original songs that Meka had that I just clearly wasn't good at finding, he said the N-word in a couple of them, and people were wondering, how does this robot get to say it? Is the person that's voicing Meka even Black himself? How is he allowed to do this? This is not right. Which then created a domino effect of, are the creators of Meka even Black themselves? Why are they portraying Black people like this? And so it resulted in people starting to question this project even more. Hi, future editor Wasabi here. I just want to put a little update here. As I was editing this video, that YouTuber Jarvis just released a new video covering the racist aspect of it a lot more. And he had screenshots. He had a conversation with Meka himself. And I think you might find it interesting. And just to get our insight and perspective into the accusations that have been made against Meka, and with actual screenshots and proof of conversation, because Meka's Instagram is private, and so you can't actually see anything on his profile to begin with. And so in Jarvis' new video, he covers that with examples and what actually happened in that situation. Anyway, back to the video.
Really made me ask questions. Who is the voice behind Meka? Who are the people controlling Meka? Why are they masquerading behind this avatar? Why won't they just be transparent? In my mission to find Meka's true creators, I landed on Anthony Martini. He's part of Factory New, Meka's record label. Him and I spoke on a few occasions about Meka. At first, he wanted me to treat Meka as if it were a real, living, breathing robot.
Right now, all these worlds are sort of separated, right? You have like the virtual world, you have video game world, you have human world, all that. At some point, it's all going to be blurred anyway.
He even had me speak with someone who supposedly was Meka.
To be honest, I have no idea why. I was created by Factory New, and I was a coded hard set of beliefs to just rap.
For the entire conversation, this person never left character.
Really based on statistics, right? So the AI scans what's currently popular, and we try and mimic music that's popular in the current culture.
The whole thing felt weird, and they were still being cagey as to who was behind Meka and why.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. The longer you hear the voice starts to make you realize that this doesn't really add up. The voice doesn't match the character at all. This robot, this persona, this lifestyle, the way that they have tried to craft this robot doesn't sync up with the voice that they portray, which is supposed to be of Meka. And that the person behind Meka is pretty much just trying to portray themselves as a Black person in the form of a robot. Now, I understand it might sound kind of crazy. It might sound kind of ludicrous at will. But if you have doubts for this, I understand. Let's keep watching. So I just wanted to put this out there as well too. Jarvis talked to Meka and he asked for clarification on the voice of Meka. And so Meka said Meka is made by a Black lady and an Asian guy with a Black voice. And then Jarvis said, haha, like an Asian dude that sounds Black or a voice actor. And then Meka said, lady came up with an idea, Asian model it to give a rapper a voice. It's a simple business cooperation, LMAO. Rapper is black, as you can tell by his voice. I don't know why people can't tell. The Asian voice is lighter, but it's fine. People just want clout and rather reports false narratives. Now, I'm gonna be honest, there's a whole word spaghetti right here. I don't really get this part. People are wondering, why is he saying the Asian voice is lighter? What part is he referencing to? To be honest, I still think that the regular talking voice is the Asian guy himself, and that they would actually pay a black rapper to make their song. That is my big brain take. That's personally what I think is the real situation here, but no one really knows, I guess, unless they were to actually make an official statement on it. But that's just my take.
After reading hundreds of comments on Meka's videos, one name continually popped up: Chris Lee, aka Clegg FX. Lee is a triple threat: vlogger, designer, music video director, and much more. He's the co-founder of RTF KT Studios, where they create and sell sneaker NFTs and other collectibles. He's involved in the creation of Meka's record label, Factory New. He hails from Salt Lake City, Utah, the same location where FM Meka claims as its home database on Virtual Human Database. In it, he responds to a commenter asking a question about FM Meka by saying, quote, "He's created in my brother's lab." Chris Lee's brother's name is Brandon, and he also goes by Gunjunk. Asked him if he could confirm that Meka's creator was Brandon Lee.
I can't confirm or deny. I've always wanted to say that in an interview, but
In a statement Anthony provided me on behalf of Factory New from Brandon Lee after that interview, Brandon confirmed that he is in fact the creator of FN Meka. He said, quote, "FN Meka was originally a concept character for a video game project called Clout Fighter. It is essentially a video game where SoundCloud rappers fight each other, which is similar to one of my favorite games ever, Def Jam Vendetta."
It's so interesting to see people do these things because one way or another, people are going to look into this shit. They're going to find out who are the creators behind it. So I just find it so interesting when the guy at the beginning got asked if the creator behind FM Meka was Brandon, and he was like, I declined to comment. I can't say anything about. Why not? For what reason? People are going to find out regardless. You think you're hiding some secret? I don't get the idea behind declining to comment when you've already going to get caught anyway. It makes no sense. And then of course, Brandon confirmed it later, but it makes no sense. People will find out. People are going to figure this shit out one way or another.
As for the secrecy, Lee said, quote, "The people behind FM Meka wish to stay somewhat behind the scenes because Meka receives a lot of hate mail, death threats, etc. As for the voice behind Meka's two earliest songs, Lee says it was Kyle the Hooligan. Genius made contact with Kyle, but he did not answer any questions as to his involvement with FN Meka. Anthony says FN Meka is just one piece in a wider rollout for Factory New.
When the creators behind FM Meka said that they try to stay behind the scenes because they get death threats and all these other things, I don't doubt it. It happens to anyone who gets to a certain point of popularity among the internet. And so I get that part. But on the other hand, when you're portraying yourself as a robot representing black culture, and then you're saying the N-word on multiple songs, what do you expect is going to happen? Especially when people find out who is behind the actual robot itself. And what makes this worse is it proves my theory that I had earlier, which is they just have different people behind the voices of the song. The first two songs was voiced by a rapper named Kyle the Hooligan. And then after that, I'm assuming that it's somebody different now. But it just proves my theory. They're going to shop voices around for the longevity of this, robot's life. So when one person is gone or one person's irrelevant, they just put a new voice on and they keep on rocking. These projects, every single time these fucking projects fail to understand why a fucking virtual reality or I guess you could say VTuber, right? Because that's essentially what they're trying to copy. They're trying to copy the VTubers. They want to capitalize on that market, but they don't understand why something like a VTuber works to begin with, because there are still actual people behind those VTubers. There is still a human being. There's not some secrecy hidden behind them that you got to look up the dark arts to figure out. More times than not, for most creators, it's not that deep. There's still a regular person behind the VTuber mascot. And then my favorite part about this entire thing with FN Meka is the fact that because there are multiple voices, the shit just looks goofy. You have one voice in the interview, which I believe is the actual creators themselves that got caught with their pants down. And then you got Kyle the Hooligan, who is rapping the actual songs itself. This whole thing is just messy and fucked up. It shouldn't exist. I'm so glad that this shit got dropped. Capitol Records should have done their due diligence and actually done some more research. Having high TikTok followers does not mean shit. I try and say this time and time again. You can have a bajillion followers on TikTok, but none of them will ever convert to any other platform that you're on. It's also easy to inflate your numbers and just bot that shit up to hell and back. So just because you have high numbers doesn't mean it's organic or even authentic. These big companies and corporations, especially the music industry that tries to prey on trying to find the easiest solution to get the most work out of an artist without having to pay anything, is disgusting to me. I hate seeing this shit. AI, virtual, whatever the fuck you want to call it, those bullshit ass artists are not going to pop off. There is a reason why real people and real music still exists. People enjoy artists for who they are, the actual artists, not because there's some fucking graphic virtual interface that's flexing a fake car that doesn't exist. That's not why people like these artists. People like artists because of the artistic integrity of making music, something that is personal to them, not some made up bullshit made with a fucking algorithm. It doesn't work. It's so old. I hate seeing this shit. Seeing the way record labels try and treat the fucking music industry it's disgusting. I hate seeing this shit time and time again. And the thing is, this isn't going to be the last time this shit happens. More than likely, this is just the first of many that are to come. The record labels got caught with their pants down for this first artist, but I guarantee they're going to find another one in the future that won't have the same controversy, and they're going to try the same shit again. And so they were interviewed in 2021, and this part infuriates me so much. It says, the old model of finding talent is inefficient and unreliable. It requires spending time scouring the internet, traveling to shows, flying to meetings, expending resources, all in search of the magic combination of qualities that might translate into a superstar act. Even with all the money's labels devote to finding talent, the success rate is a pitiful 1%. Now we can literally custom create artists using elements proven to work, greatly increasing the odds of success. Even if we can get to 2% success rate, then we have doubled the industry standard. That is the most out of touch boomer ass shit I've ever heard in a hot minute. That is probably the hottest take I've heard in a while. One quick search across the internet is not that hard to find people who are genuinely talented if you know what to look for. These are people who do this for a living. This is their industry. The idea that it's only 1% chance of finding an artist who will become a superstar is a load of dog shit. I'm gonna be honest, it's straight dog shit. If you do your due diligence and you actually look around, you can find artists who are extremely talented, who have actually passion for it and have proven track record. That's how you find people that you can push up to stardom. People who have already established a small following to a somewhat medium following. They show that they know what they're talking about. But see, the thing is, those artists are smart enough to know not to take a fucking record label. They know being independent is the way to go because they're going to get sucked dry of all their fucking money if they get signed. More times than not, all record deals are a scam, and the only thing they're good for is getting yourself out there and having promotion. Other than that, it's not worth it. That's why more times than not, most artists go independent now, and they stay independent because they realize they don't need the label's help anymore in this day and age where you have the internet at your disposal. Then they got asked, can you explain the basics of the AI process that leads to each recording? How are the lyrics written? How are they performed, etc.? We developed a proprietary AI technology that analyzes certain popular songs of a specific genre and generates recommendations for various elements of song construction, lyrical content, chords, melody, tempo, sounds, etc. We then combine these elements to create the song. As of now, a human voice performs the vocals, but we are working towards the ability to have a computer come up with and perform its own words, and even collaborate with other computers as co-writers. It's fucking awful, it's trash, and I can already see the sad future of record labels trying to push this when things actually get to a point where they can actually make it work. I hate seeing shit like this, and all it does is undermine the real artistic integrity and ability of real artists who actually try to make music that they want people to enjoy and listen to, and things they put their heart and soul into. I don't have anything else really to say about this. It fucking sucks to read this, and the more I read this, it just got more and more sad. Anyway, so I got for you. Have a great day. Yeah.